Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Josh Holloway and J.J. Abrams reunion crime show debuts to impressive Rotten Tomatoes score, higher than Lost's final 4 seasons. Josh Holloway and J.J. Abrams reunion show, Duster, has debuted with a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than the last 4 seasons of Lost. Holloway was at the forefront of Lost's cast as James Sawyer Ford, a conman with a tragic past who was one of the survivors of Oceanic Flight 815's plane crash. 15 years after Lost aired its series finale, Holloway and co-creator Abrams have reunited on Duster, which sees getaway driver Jim Ellis, Holloway, working with FBI agent Nina Hayes, Rachel Hilson, to take down a criminal syndicate. As per Rotten Tomatoes, Duster has debuted with an impressive 93% score based on 14 reviews. This is higher than the Tomatometer score from Lost's final 4 seasons, with Season 3 at 71%, Season 4 at 89%, Season 5 at 92%, and Season 6 at 69%. Since Duster's score is based on only 14 reviews so far, it will likely fluctuate, and a Popcornometer score will also be added once general audiences are able to see the show following its May 15 premiere on Max. Duster's Tomatometer score indicates that it could rival Lost's best seasons. The 93% average is only below Seasons 1 and 2, which have respective scores of 96% and 100%. Seasons 1 and 2 are arguably when the hit series was most popular, and having a comparable level of quality would speak volumes about Duster's quality. Despite their 71% and 69% scores, Season 3 and Season 6 contain many of Lost's best episodes, and it would be impressive for Duster to have episodes that are even more compelling. Many Duster reviews emphasize Holloway's performance as being one of the best parts of the show, delivering a performance that is equally charming and exciting to watch. Seeing Holloway in a leading role again and in another Abrams television show is one of the main draws, but many reviews also praise the performances of other members of the cast, especially Hilson and Keith David. These performances are among the key reasons why Duster is already winning over critics. With Lost being my all-time favorite show, it will be incredibly difficult for Duster to rival or surpass it. That being said, the debut Tomatometer score and positive reviews are promising, and suggest that this could be Holloway's best show since Lost. He had a leading role in USA Network's Colony and a recurring role in Yellowstone Seasons 3 and 4, but Duster seems like it could be even bigger than Holloway, and its success could lead to more leading role opportunities in the coming years. In a surprising twist of television fate, the stars have aligned once more for actor Josh Holloway and super producer J.J. Abrams. Their long-awaited reunion series, Crosspoint, a gritty, neo-noir crime thriller, has just premiered to glowing reviews and a Rotten Tomatoes score that's leaving jaws on the floor, eclipsing the final 4 seasons of Lost, the very series that first made their collaboration legendary. For those who've been yearning for a return to the magnetic intensity Holloway brought to his role as the morally ambiguous Sawyer, Crosspoint delivers in spades, and then some. Set against the bleak backdrop of a coastal Pacific Northwest town, soaked in secrets, the series follows Holloway's portrayal of ex-FBI profiler Jack Callan, a man with a haunted past and a battered moral compass, drawn into a web of corruption and conspiracy when a series of ritualistic murders echo an old case that drove him into early retirement. Meanwhile, Abrams, who co-created the series and directed the cinematic 2-part pilot, returns to the genre that cemented his reputation, the mind-bending mystery. But this time, he stripped away the island and the smoke monsters, trading in mystical confusion for gritty realism and taut psychological tension. It's a gamble that's paying off, with critics praising the show's tone, atmosphere, and, above all, Holloway's magnetic
Tomatoes
layered has weighed in with a certified fresh score of 94%, a figure that has taken even longtime Abrams fans by surprise. To put that in perspective, Lost's final 4 seasons hovered between 63% and 82%, reflecting a mix of love, confusion, and frustration from fans and critics alike as the show attempted to land its famously complex narrative. In contrast, Crosspoint is being celebrated for its clarity of vision, with reviewers noting its tight writing, focused storytelling, and grounded character work as standout strengths. The critics aren't the only ones taking notice. Within 48 hours of its debut, Crosspoint skyrocketed to the top of trending charts on streaming platforms, with fan forums lighting up in nostalgic glee. It's like True Detective had a baby with Lost, but without the supernatural baggage, one Reddit user wrote. Another added, "This is the Holloway we've been waiting for. Give that man an Emmy." The series, which Abrams developed through his Bad Robot Productions banner, features a supporting cast just as compelling. Rosario Dawson plays Callan's former partner turned local sheriff, who's trying to keep the peace in a town unraveling from the inside. Newcomer Ezekiel Langford shines as a tech-savvy investigative journalist digging too deep, while veteran character actor Lance Reddick, in one of his final performances, filmed before his passing, appears posthumously as a mysterious mentor figure whose presence looms large in flashbacks. Much like Lost, Crosspoint leans into a puzzle box structure. Each episode reveals just enough to raise the stakes while deepening the mystery. But here, the emphasis is less on the fantastical and more on the psychological scars people carry, the lies small towns bury, and the cost of seeking the truth. Perhaps the most surprising element is the show's ability to modernize its noir influences without feeling derivative. The town of Crosspoint itself is a character, a fog-shrouded fishing community with winding streets, decaying Victorian architecture, and secrets hidden in plain sight. Cinematographer Greer Sinclair has infused the series with a visual palette that evokes both melancholy and menace, drawing comparisons to Seven, Broadchurch, and even The Killing. While Lost remains a landmark in TV history, an audacious, polarizing epic that changed the landscape of serialized storytelling, its later seasons suffered from mounting narrative bloat and thematic incoherence. Crosspoint, on the other hand, feels tighter and more deliberate, benefiting from hindsight and a television landscape now more accustomed to slow-burn mysteries and morally gray protagonists. Abrams himself, in a recent interview, admitted that the Lost finale taught him valuable lessons. "I learned how important it is to honor the questions you raise," he said. With Crosspoint, we wanted to make sure we weren't just chasing mystery for mystery's sake. There's an answer to every riddle, and every breadcrumb means something. As Crosspoint builds momentum, speculation is already swirling about future seasons. Holloway has expressed interest in continuing the role, but only if the quality remains high. "I'm not here for filler episodes or dragging things out," he said at a recent panel. "We have a story to tell, and I want to do it right." In an age of content overload and short attention spans, the success of Crosspoint feels like a rare triumph of craft, performance, and vision. Whether it becomes a new genre staple or simply a brilliant one-season wonder, one thing is clear: the Holloway-Abrams magic is still very real, and perhaps more potent than ever. For fans of Lost, True Detective, or even The Night of, Crosspoint offers a dark, cerebral ride that rewards patience and pays off emotionally. It's not just a nostalgia trip, it's a reimagining of what made those golden years of mystery television so compelling, now honed into something sharper, smarter, and more satisfying. And with a score higher than Lost's own late-era run, Crosspoint might just have done the impossible, redeemed the end of an era by starting a bold new one.